Hello, my name is Memory, and yes, that is my real name. And today I'm going to teach you how to make my Italian veggie pasta salad. Now first I have to warn you, this is going to make a lot of salad. We are going to fill this bowl up completely. Don't worry, it will last a week, and as long as you store it properly, and I will tell you how to do that. First ingredient is pasta. I used penne. You want to use 16 ounces or a box of pasta. If you prefer a different type of pasta, go right ahead and use it. I cooked it al dente because you do want it to have still a bit of chewiness. You don't want it to be too soft in the salad and go mushy. So I drained it, I rinsed it to make the cooking time stop, and then I just drizzled some olive oil on it again to make sure that the pasta didn't stick. So you do want this to cool down before you start adding your veggies because you do not want them to start cooking along with that pasta. So first thing you're going to need is a whole head of cauliflower, and you're going to cut it up into just little bite-sized pieces. So we'll just go ahead and toss that in. And next, you want to use 3 cups of broccoli. Again, we're looking at bite-sized pieces. We'll add that in as well. All right, next ingredient is green pepper. You're going to use 3 green peppers. Again, bite-sized pieces. If you prefer red, go ahead and put that in. Yellow, orange, whatever you like. This is about what you like as opposed to what I like. But I do want green pepper, so here we go. All right. Okay, we're moving right along to our next ingredients. And that is going to be a pint of cherry tomatoes. And typically I only have them to get those nice bite-sized pieces I'm trying to get in here. This time I did quarter them, and that was only because the grape tomatoes I got were really big, and so I needed them to be smaller, so they disperse nicely into the salad. Okay, next ingredient is red onion. Although you can use any type of onion you want, I just like red onion, and I think it tastes pretty good in here, but we're only going to do 1 cup because it is onion and it's strong. So we want to get the taste of the onion in, but we don't want it to be overpowering. So we're also cutting it a lot smaller too. So we're not looking at bite-sized pieces in this one. We're just looking for something somewhat smaller if you want to compare the two. So we'll go ahead and put that in. Look at this. Told you we're going to fill this up. We're not done yet. We're going to add a couple more ingredients to round off the salad. Next ingredient is pepperoni. 1 cup, which doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, you can get a lot of pepperoni in 1 cup. We did chop this a little bit because again, we are looking for bite-sized pieces. In this one, I did use turkey pepperoni, but you can use any type you like. I just like turkey pepperoni for several reasons with this recipe. 1, it does tend to be a little thicker and a little drier, which works really well in the salad because you want these ingredients to stay somewhat dry. That way they'll stay fresher in the fridge. And they're not as greasy, and they tend to be a little spicier, and I like that because I like spicy. So, and the important thing is that when you chop it, they don't stick together, so you're not spending all your time trying to separate each little tiny piece of pepperoni. So into this bowl with everything else. Okay, next ingredient, I'm using black olives. If you prefer a different kind of olive, go for it. Calamatas would probably be absolutely excellent in this now that I think of it, but I really am going for some really classic Italian kind of pizzeria type taste. So we're just going to use nice black olives. So these are already chopped, and it is a 3.8 ounce can. Already drained. Well, let's go ahead and put this in. All right, got that. Make sure we get all of them. Okay, we are good. So, next ingredient are 2 packages of mozzarella pearls. So if you've ever seen in the grocery store, they have those little mozzarella balls. Same thing, but they come apart into little pearls, which helps me because I don't have to chop it. If you don't like fresh mozzarella, you can use actually any type of mozzarella you want if you just want to cut it into cubes. Or if you can't find pearls, you can just cube it yourself. but I'm being a little lazy and I want it to be pre-cut and so it's easier. So we're just gonna get all this in here, kind of separate everything. This is looking so good. And we almost pulled this whole thing up. All right. Mozzarella is in. So let's see what we have next. The next ingredient is spinach. And you're gonna need 2 cups of it. And we did a rough chop of this. Just again, we're going with bite-sized pieces like we do with everything. So we're gonna go ahead and put all this in because I thought ahead and cut and portioned it out beforehand. So this is the main ingredients now. So if you aren't planning on eating all of this in one night, this is where you're gonna stop. Because at this point, everything in here is gonna store really well in the fridge as long as you keep it covered, and it will last probably 5 or 6 days in the fridge. I know that we've eaten it for that long, and it stays fresh and delicious the whole time. If you wait much longer, you are gonna have some issues with, well, freshness. They're not gonna taste as good as it was at the beginning. But as you can see, this is relatively dry, which is also going to help us when it comes to having it stay fresh in the fridge. So look how pretty this salad is. We just got so many things in here, and it is really hearty, and my husband is planning on eating this as a meal tonight because he specifically asked for it. So I figured, since I'm making it for him, I'd make it for you guys as well and teach you how to do it. So this done goes in the fridge, but what do you do when you're ready to eat it? Well, a few things. We've got 2 more ingredients that will round off the salad and make it taste absolutely delicious. This, go ahead and portion out the amount that you plan on eating that day. Since this is going to be my husband's supper, we're going to get a whole bunch, a little bit extra because I'm going to eat some of this too. All right, once you've got the amount that you want in a separate bowl, you're gonna put in the last 2 ingredients, Italian dressing and grated Parmesan. So I just used a store brand, Zesty Italian, because that sounded delicious. If you wanna make your own, go ahead, that would be amazing, but I'm feeling quite lazy at the moment, so we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna just use this, and you wanna just put enough to coat everything nicely. As you can see, I'm not using a whole lot here. You're gonna wanna do this step at least an hour before you eat because you wanna give it time to marinate a little bit and get into those veggies. You can put it in to marinate overnight too, it'll be just fine. You will see some wilting with the spinach, and that is great. You do want a little bit of wilting just because it'll be easy to pick up on your fork. We are ready for our last ingredient, which is grated Parmesan. I'm actually using a Parmesan Romano and Asiago blend because it's delicious. And yes, you can use fresh Parmesan if you like. I just think the flavor will get lost though a bit in this salad, and if you're using fresh Parmesan, you really want it to shine in the recipe, and I just don't think it would in this. But if you want to try, go right ahead and let me know how it goes. I might be changing my recipe if it's delicious. So, we're not putting a ton on here, we're just putting a little bit because we want just a little bit of a coating on your vegetables. So you see I didn't sprinkle a whole lot. So if you were doing this whole bowl at one time, I would use about half of the dressing that's in here. And again, easy to taste test, just grab a veggie and pop it in your mouth, because I plan on doing that. And it smells delicious. I can't eat it. Try. So good. So yeah, delicious. It has a nice little zesty taste. You really get into the Italian dressing is coming out, but it's not overpowering. You get a little bit of this Parmesan taste without it being overpowering, but it really lets the rest of the ingredients shine. So you have this beautiful, healthy meal or side, whichever you prefer, which doesn't take a lot of work, mostly just chopping, and then you don't have to chop again for the rest of the week. All right, so there we have it, a beautiful Italian veggie pasta salad. If you made this, please leave a comment. Let me know how it turned out. And if you made any amazing substitutions or additions to this salad, let me know, because I am more than willing to change my recipe if you find something great. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and goodbye for now.